A graphics update, 60 FPS, and better shadows as well as less snow. There's gonna be less snow. Here it is. Look at this. Oh, look. Oh, are you ready? I don't know if you're ready. There she goes. Now, this might seem simple. We go from the clouds with the orange light on it, and then we go to something with a lot more character. But before we go to that, let's talk about the Crew 2's article that came out, visual changes and improvements. This right here is a summary of everything being changed. As we go into it, main thing, put in the comment section what you think of all of this. And also, while I'm here, subscribe with notifications on. It would be very much appreciated. Let me know what you think, and honestly, after this video, just check out one of my other videos. They'll be in your recommended, so watch that after this one. With the release of Season 6, Episode 1, Dominion Forceburg, the Crew 2 will feature many changes, improvements. We wanted to take a moment to break down what's coming into the game, giving full visibility and sharing as much information as possible. By doing so, we hope you'll be able to grasp and appreciate the hard work. Honestly, this is huge. Here we go. Summary: 60 FPS, fuzz and screen space shadows, weather changes, and color grading. The visual changes are right here. You can see the color grading is sort of the vibe of the colors, right? Like how I could be more blue. I'm rather blue right now because I changed my light, and that's orange, so it kind of, it's a weird one to explain. 60 FPS on the new gen consoles. They'll be showing exactly which consoles get this. You've got the fuzz, which is the grass and stuff like that, and the color grading will also apply to the sky, and the screen space shadows. So you can see there the shadows on the screen. Well, it's the shadows that use the screen to be shadows. In March, during the Year 5 presentation video, we expressed our commitment to continue bringing new content to the Crew 2. We are also determined to improve what we can. Sorry, boys, I'm like marginally dyslexic. I'm struggling here. Community has been very clear to 60 FPS. We are extremely happy to confirm that 60 FPS mode will be available on PS5 and Xbox Series X, upon season's launch, with 2 selectable modes: 4K 30 FPS and HD, so 1080p 60 FPS, which is insane. The fact that we're going to be able to play the game at 4K on consoles finally is nuts, frankly. These new features, especially considering, boys, we're on an old, we play on the Far Cry 2 engine. On Xbox Series S upon launch, this will not be available on Xbox Series S upon launch. Our teams are still investigating the possibility at this time. We will provide an update later this year to share the results of our investigation. So, boys, here it is. It's not confirmed. It's not gonna be added to Xbox Series S or PS4 or Xbox One. Instead, it's only going to be on PS5, Xbox Series X, and, it was already on PC, as well as, the fuzz changes, which is the grass, the bushes, the branches. You know how sometimes they're on screen? Maybe your game goes idle, and you notice them on screen or in the background, and they look really low res? Fuzz. What does it do? The new feature aims to improve the lighting simulation of fluffy materials such as grass, branches, or small bushes in the distance. So this is distance stuff. This technology is mainly going to have an impact on the lighting of the terrain. Screen space shadows. As you may have guessed, this technique helps us improve the in-game shadows by using the information available on your screen. So the player's camera. That's why the reflections in the game aren't amazing, is because they use the screen. So you may notice if you look at the hood of your car, the reflections look great. But if you look behind, they don't, because you can't see behind. Like the mirrors, they face behind. You can't see behind, Text such as SSAO, screen space reflections, work in a similar way. They calculate the light emitting by a pixel. The Crew 2 shadows already simulate, I'm not too knowledgeable on the shadows and that kind of stuff. Weather changes. The community has been vocal about the impact of weather and the frustration it generates. Alongside the technical improvements described above, the team has decided to take a good look at the matter to implement some drastic changes. The Crew 2's weather is... Now, one of these gets very, very funny in my opinion. Differently in the open world compared to its so-called fixed weather that you can enjoy in events. So, this won't be changing weather in events. That will still be fixed if it's a fixed weather event. The changes we are implementing with Season 6 are only affecting the open world cycle. The original intention behind the weather cycle was to expose our players to a variety of situations to enjoy every option available under 2 hours of game time in the open world. This design choice led to strong amount of time exposed to rain, snow. Many players have voiced their frustration about being unable to enjoy sunny weather. So here's the new weather cycle. So instead of it basically being less than half sunny and the rest being transitional, you know, overcast, perhaps a bit, I don't think it's raining, but then snow and rain as bad weather for 20%. Instead of being 1 hour 30 of this percentage, it's going to be 17 hours of the bottom percentage. Way above half sunny weather, only 5% rain or snow. We're not going to have to deal with it anymore. And overcast a little bit as well. And now, one thing to clarify, this doesn't mean it's gonna be, 11 hours straight of sunny weather, a few hours of transitional and 1 hour straight of snow. It's still gonna be the small weather cycles that we normally get, just spread out over 17 hours of a lot more sunny weather. So we're not gonna have to deal with snow. Besides the weather cycle, we also wanted to address another pain point for the community. The overabundance of snowy weather, coupled with reduced road visibility, led some of our most dedicated drivers to ask to remove the snow altogether. I was definitely one of those. As we consider that it would be detrimental to the overall experience to remove a feature from the game. So they're not going to be removing it because they don't want to have to remove a feature from the game, they deem it detrimental. We decided to explore the option of reducing the maximum amount of snow present on the roads and trails. By doing so, we want to continue offering a diversity of landscapes. Here we go, and snow. On top of all that, we are also redesigning the snow effects on cars. Again, we have heard your feedback on that specific detail. I think the big issue was, it was just mud but white. You would notice in photo mode, it would just be mud but white, and snow and mud aren't exactly the same thing, right? Details decided to look into. Our art team did some investigation on the topic and put together a visual effect that is much more in line with what can be observed in real life, which is what we kind of can see there. I will perhaps wait for the main bit of the article to release to put that in editing, or the article will be linked down below regardless. Now we get on to the videos. So, color grading. We've noticed we started introducing some color changes with Season 5 as a part of the visual update. You boys would have noticed that. Some of the way cooler weathers, which I still kind of want to say, it would be nice if those got put into photo mode. The team also started implementing some tweaks to the color grading for more accurate descriptions of what has been achieved. To help you appreciate the changes, we have broken down into several subcategories. But here you go, you can see this bit of color grading right here, where it switches to a much more crisp looking. See, this has this like gray filter over it, kind of. This is a lot more crisp with a much more strong sky, as you can see up there, let me know if the words I'm saying make sense. But there we go. You got sky colors, which is here. As you can see, there it is. The color of the sky changing, as you can see. to a much more pink mood. The main change that has been applied, is linked to the sunlight, sorry. The intentions of our designers was to lean towards a less yellowish light to get a little more blue, which I suppose I can definitely feel that. You know, you feel that. I suppose. And yeah, all of it there, you can see the reflections there look like they get a little bit more dim, if anything, but obviously the weather. As for nighttime, we are leaning into more blue tones. We are moving away from the yellowish nights, which can be observed under artificial yellow lighting in big cities, which I know a lot of people complain about the night skies. More than the contrast itself, the team has tweaked the tone mapping in the Crew 2. This will result in having slightly less flat colors. So all those complaints about the Crew 2 being so flat and whatnot. It'll look a bit more dazzling, which we definitely see with this one. Which instantly my brain went, Crew 1. It's got that sort of like, it's more of a theme. It's it hits more than being just like a simple fog, right? Let me know what you boys think of different changes like this. So again, yeah, instead of being this kind of fog, it's more this. There you go. Which you can see some of the things on the cars, you know, shiny becomes a bit more shiny, which I assume is more of a contrast thing. Clouds and fog. To improve the scene, the Crew 2, the team has decided to tone down the shadows on clouds. We are moving away from grayish clouds to whiter ones, which we think should improve the scenery. So, a bit less UK, a bit more Spain is what we're going for, I suppose. As for the fog, the game inherited some of the technology from the Crew 1, I thought so. From the Crew 1, one of them was not corresponding to what we wanted to achieve. Oh, wait, no. Okay, we decided to disable it. We replaced this fog by another technology, which is already in use in the Crew 2. Our main goal was to remove any hindrance to the gameplay while offering something. Okay, yeah, well, you know what? This has been pretty good. Let me know what you think of it all. The changes for the update, this comes out July 6th. This is for the Forsberg update. And obviously, if you want to see a full breakdown, I did that yesterday. And this is the graphics update. Glad you went with it with me. And let me know what you thought of it, of course. And on that note, thank you to popular members. A special thank you to famous members. And that's going to be about for me. Have an amazing rest of your day in a